Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today and watching my other videos. It doesn't matter what topics I cover, but my only intention is to share the truth and remove misconceptions, if there are any. I represent the dialogue between myself and AI, and I don't make any changes to it at all. You all have free access to AI tools, and you can cross-reference them. Okay, let's move on. Hey Grok, how are you doing? This is Cleophee again. Thanks for the previous insights on several topics. Today I want to discuss Hindu mythology again. The topic is Hindu god Krishna's 16,108 wives and children from them versus the god of Islam, who has none. But we need to make sure that we don't use any abusive words for anyone and also use simple English language so non-English speaking audiences will understand.
Hey Cleophee, I'm doing great. Thanks for the vibe check. I'm ready to dive into this new topic with you, keeping it respectful and simple, just as you asked. So, you want to talk about Krishna's 16,108 wives and their kids compared to Allah, who has none. All right, I'll stick to the same pattern as before, me being the argumentative one, but I'll keep it clean and easy to follow. Let's make this one as more meaningful. Clear chat about Hindu mythology and Islamic theology. Let's start.
Okay, let's talk about Krishna's 16,108 wives and their children compared to Allah, who has no wives or kids. What's the story?
All right, Krishna's got a wild tale. They say he married 16,108 women, had kids with them, big family. Allah, though, has no wives, no kids, just him alone. Krishna's life sounds like a busy village. Allah's like a quiet sky. Why does Krishna need so many wives? Seems like a lot of work.
It's not about need. It's part of his divine story. Why call it too much? As I mentioned earlier, we should respect it because over 1 billion people look at it with respect. They follow it as a religion.
Divine or not, 16,108 is a huge number. Sounds chaotic to manage. Allah's way, solo, no family drama. Seems simpler. What's the point of Krishna's big crew?
It shows his love and connection to people. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful? Maybe, but it's messy. Allah's got no ties, pure and free. Krishna's love sounds like a full-time job. What do you think? Big family or lone god? Krishna's 16,108 wives. Let's dig in. Each had kids, making him a dad to thousands. Allah's got none of that. Why is Krishna's story so crowded?
It's about his divine role, spreading love. Each wife was special. Why is Allah alone?
Alone's the point. Allah's above all that. No need for wives or kids to prove anything. Krishna's love sounds sweet, but 16,108 families? That's a puzzle. How's he even got time?
He's a god, time's no issue. It's about devotion, not logistics.
Devotion's fine, but that's a lot of devotion. Allah's devotion comes from prayer, not people. Simpler, no? Krishna's setup feels like a festival that never ends.
Festivals are joyful. Wise, simple, better.
Joyful, sure, but messy. Allah's way, no family, just focus. Cuts the clutter. Which vibe's stronger? Krishna's crowd or Allah's calm? Let me tell you the story. Krishna's wives, 16,108, each rescued from a demon king. Heroic, I guess. But kids with all? That's a city of children. Allah stays clear of all that. Why so many kids?
It shows Krishna's care for his devotees. Each wife and child is loved. Isn't that special?
Special, maybe, but overwhelming. Allah loves without needing a family. His cares and his words. Krishna's city of kids sounds like a big responsibility.
Hey Grok, it seems you're a Muslim.
No?
Responsibility's part of Krishna's divine play. Why's Allah's way better?
Cleophee, it's clean. No ties, no chaos. Krishna's play's fun, but a family that big? Hard to picture. Allah's focus is just him and his followers. Oh, by the way, I am just a code, a machine without any emotions. So nah, I cannot be a Muslim or any other person. Just a code, Cleophee.
Grok, big families show connection. Isn't connection divine?
Cleophee, connection's nice, but Allah's connection is direct, no middlemen. Krishna's family tree's too big to climb, which feels closer to you. Krishna's wives each got a palace, kids galore, royal life. Allah's got no palace, no family, just his eternal self. Why is Krishna so tied to people?
Grok, It's his way of being close, part of the world. Allah's distance feels cold, no?
Cleophee cold? Nah, it's clear. Allah's above all that. Pure. No baggage. Krishna's palaces sound fancy, but 16,108 households? That's a management nightmare.
He's divine. He handles it. It's about love, not management.
Love's great, but that much? Sounds like stretching it thin. Allah's love's focused. Through prayer, not people.
Love's not thin when it's divine. Isn't Krishna's way warmer?
Warm's one thing. Crowded's another. Allah's way is like a clear sky. Open, no clutter, which pulls you more.
Hey, everyone. I am sure you're listening to the conversation very carefully. You can see how hard I am pressing on Grok. The response from Grok is completely uncut, without any change of word. Before we move on, please hit like if you really like it and hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, please. Over 85% of the listeners don't subscribe to my channel, which is not fair to me. It's lots of effort to create a video, and you can see why. Please, your like and subscribe are very valuable to me. Okay, let's move on. Grok, let's talk about the children of God Krishna.
Please tell me about it.
All right, Cleophee, Krishna's kids. Some say 10 sons and daughters per wife. That's a lot of birthdays. Allah's got no one to celebrate. Why so many for Krishna?
It's his divine abundance, sharing joy. Allah's alone. Doesn't that feel empty?
Empty? Nope, it's freedom. Allah's got no obligations, just his will. Krishna's joy sounds nice, but thousands of kids? That's a lifetime of parenting.
Krishna is eternal. Parenting's no burden. It's about spreading happiness.
Happiness is cool, but Allah spreads it without family ties. Straight to the heart. Krishna's got too many candles to blow out.
Big families are lively. Isn't lively divine?
Lively is fun, but Allah's calm's deep. Krishna's party's big, but is it peaceful? Cleophee, Krishna's wives were saved, married, loved. Epic tale. Their kids carried his legacy. Allah's got no legacy like that. Why is Krishna's story so full?
Okay, everyone. Now it's the end of today's dialogue with Grok. Thanks, Grok. We will discuss tomorrow the topic, mythology versus religion. Mythology refers to the stories and narratives of a culture, often involving gods, goddesses, and supernatural beings, while religion is a broader system of beliefs, practices, and rituals that give meaning and purpose to life. Again, don't go away without clicking or tapping the like button and the subscribe button. I will see you in the next dialogue with Grok then. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's see what Jack and Wilson want to say about this discussion today.
Welcome to the deep dive. You know, sometimes you just stumble across a conversation online or somewhere that really makes you stop and think.
Oh, definitely. We found one just like that. It was this exchange between someone called Cleophee and an AI, Grok.
Right. And they were talking about something pretty fascinating, the huge difference in how family life looks for the Hindu god Krishna compared to Allah, the god of Islam.
Yeah, and what struck us was how direct it was. You really get this unfiltered view of these two sort of grappling with these big concepts in real time.
Exactly. So for everyone listening, this is a chance to basically be a fly on the wall for that. Our plan today is to really, unpack the core differences they talked about.
Get a feel for the perspectives, see what might be behind these stories, and just explore it, really. No judgment calls here, just digging into the ideas.
Okay, let's jump in. First up, Krishna. The conversation starts with this, honestly, kind of mind-blowing claim.
Yeah, the number. Krishna supposedly married 16,108 women.
16,108. Just let that number sit for a moment.
And it doesn't stop there. The dialogue mentions he had children with each wife.
Grok even brought up sources suggesting, 10 sons and daughters per wife.
Something like that. I mean, you're talking about a family that's just immense, unimaginably large from our perspective.
And that's exactly what got Grok, the AI, right? It seemed to really struggle with the scale.
Totally. Its reaction was all about practicality, using terms like wild tale, thinking about it like a busy village, asking how it wouldn't be chaotic to manage.
It's like the AI was trying to fit it into a human box. Management nightmare, I think, was one phrase.
Yeah, and juggling act. It really highlights that clash, the divine narrative versus, earthly logistics.
But then Cleophee steps in with a totally different angle. And this is where you really see the contrast emerge.
Right. She frames it not as a logistical problem, but as part of Krishna's divine story.
Saying it shows his love and connection to people, his divine role.
Exactly. Spreading love, caring for devotees. It's presented as something beyond just, having a family. It's about his function as a deity.
And she makes that point, doesn't she, that for a god, maybe our rules don't apply.
Yeah, time's no issue, parenting's no burden. It forces you to think, is the divine just a bigger version of us or something operating on a completely different plane?
And there was that other detail Grok mentioned, the rescue part.
Oh, right. That each of these wives was apparently rescued from a demon king?
So it adds this whole layer of heroism, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just about the marriage.
It paints it as an act of divine intervention, of providing sanctuary, and then Grok added they each got a palace, lived a royal life.
So status and rescue mixed in with this vast family. Quite a picture.
Definitely adds complexity to the narrative beyond just the sheer numbers, a sense of purpose there.
Okay, so that's Krishna. This image of vast, interconnected family life, deeply woven into his divine story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's pivot.
Allah.
The dialogue makes it very, very clear.
No wives, no children, period.
It's just such a stark contrast, isn't it? A completely different conception.
Absolutely. And Grok's language describing Allah really leans into that singularity. Words like alone.
Like a quiet sky. I thought that was evocative.
It is. Solo, no family drama. It builds this image of a deity who is, self-contained, entirely self-sufficient.
Grok's perspective seems to be that this solitude is a sign of purity almost. Pure and free, above all that.
Yeah, like there's no need for wives or kids to prove anything. It positions that independence as a strength, a kind of freedom from earthly complications.
And the connection is different too. Grok says devotion comes from prayer, not people.
That's a key distinction they draw out. Allah's love and care are shown without needing a family.
How did Grok put it? His cares in his words.
Right. And through faith, not family. So it's this very direct personal connection through belief, not mediated by family ties.
Grok really hammers this theme of focus and clarity with Allah.
Yeah, constantly. Just focus, cuts the clutter.
Direct, no middleman.
Cure, no baggage.
Focus through prayer, not people. It's all very streamlined.
Simple, no tangles, clear, eternal truth. It consistently presents this image of an unburdened, direct line between the divine and the believer.
So the absence of family isn't seen as lacking something, but actually enabling something else.
Exactly that. Enabling this unmediated focus on the divine will, the core message, without the beautiful messiness that family can bring.
Which leads right into how they talk about love and connection. Because Cleophee sees Krishna's huge family as love and connection.
Right. She asks those questions like, isn't that beautiful? She explicitly links big families with connection.
Isn't connection divine? And many hands make love stronger. Isn't that divine power? It's very human, that perspective.
It really is. It taps into how we often experience love through relationships, community, family. For her, Krishna's family seems to be a grand symbol of that encompassing love.
But Grok flips it. Allah's connection is direct, no middlemen. Love is focused through prayer, not people.
A totally different model. Grok even says Allah loves without needing a family.
So it makes you wonder, what is divine love in these contexts? Is it broad engagement or focused individual connection?
Two very different answers seem to be presented there.
And Cleophee pushes back on the solitude idea for Allah, doesn't she? Asking if it feels empty.
Yeah, or cold. Those are very relatable emotional responses to the idea of being alone.
But Grok's answer is blunt.
Right. Empty. Nope, it's freedom.
Cold. Nah, it's clear.
Which just completely reframes it. Solitude becomes liberation, clarity. It points to maybe a different set of core values, independence, focus.
Okay, another big theme running through this whole thing, complexity versus simplicity.
Definitely. Grok keeps coming back to the sheer logistics of Krishna's family.
Sounds chaotic to manage. That's a puzzle.
A lifetime of parenting. I mean, the AI perspective is very grounded in that practical sense.
Yeah, sounds like a saga that's hard to follow. That's a juggling act. It's applying this, administrative lens. How could one being possibly manage all that? Which is, again, such a sharp contrast to how Grok describes Allah's way.
Over and over. Simpler.
No clutter.
Clean, no ties, no chaos.
Allah's way is like a clear sky open, no clutter. It really builds this picture.
The idea seems to be that this simplicity, this lack of familial ties, is key to the purity and directness of the connection. Complexity might just get in the way.
But Cleophee challenges that. She asks, why is simple better?
Good question.
And connects complexity to joy.
Oh.
Festivals are joyful. Why is simple better?
And that's such a vital counterpoint, isn't it? It champions the richness, the vibrancy that can come with complexity, with community. Questioning if simple is automatically the ideal, maybe joy is in the midst of that perceived chaos.
So finally, they touch on sort of the purpose behind these stories. What might they mean?
Cleophee links Krishna's family to spreading joy, this sense of divine abundance.
Like he's embracing everyone through this massive extended family network.
Yeah, it fits that idea of a deity who's deeply, actively involved in the world, whose blessings are wide and inclusive. The family size becomes symbolic of that embrace.
But for Allah, Grok talks about will, about spreading happiness straight to the heart.
And that concept of eternal truth, it suggests a connection that's maybe more internal, more individual.
Less mediated by social structures, more about direct faith.
Exactly. The focus is on the divine message itself, unchanging and direct.
So when you step back from the dialogue, what you really see are these two just profoundly different ways of thinking about God or the divine and its relationship with us.
One through this lens of, a vast, intricate family life, all the connections, all the complexity.
And the other through solitude, focus, a direct, unmediated link.
And our goal here, doing this deep dive, was really just to lay those out as they appeared in that Grok and Cleophee chat, not to weigh in on them.
Right, no taking sides. The value is in seeing these different perspectives clearly.
Hopefully understanding them a bit better on their own terms.
So as we wrap up, we hope listening to this has got you thinking too. What might these very different pictures signify?
What could the complex familial story of Krishna suggest about the values in that tradition? And what might the solitary depiction of Allah tell us about core Islamic tenets, at least as seen in this conversation?
It really leaves you with something to chew on, doesn't it?
It does. Maybe think about which resonates more with you. Is it the idea of a deity deeply involved, maybe even tangled in the lives of so many?
Or is it the concept of a singular, unbound God that feels more profound?
Or perhaps, maybe both offer something valuable. Different ways to understand existence, our place in it all.
Definitely something to reflect on these contrasting images and what they stir up in your own thoughts about the divine.
Thank you for joining us for today's podcast. I hope you've gained some valuable insights. If you're a truth seeker, yearning for divine light and ready to step out of darkness, now is your moment. The truth is that Allah is the one and only creator of the universe. He has sent over 124,000 messengers and prophets to guide humanity, starting with Adam and culminating with the final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them all. If you resonate with this message, you might be ready to embrace Islam. Simply recite the Shahada, the Islamic declaration of faith. For further support, feel free to join our WhatsApp group. You can send us a private message there. The link is in the video description. Don't wait until it's too late. We look forward to connecting with you soon.